If we wouldn't have got that fumble, we might have lost that game. You know, man, I'm not making excuses for him, but I already know he's not
I mean, you kind of are.
No, I'm not.
When you're talking about it, it sounds like, RJ, you got your coat on?
No,
He's like
like I
Mom,
said,
it's 70 degrees out.
this dude, you wake up ready to hate on Broderick.
I might have been looking because listen, I want him to have 5 or 6 pancakes a game, bruh.
Yeah.
He's that type of caliber of player, Wax. So y'all got to excuse me at home and in DWI Studios for being passionate about what the I love, dude. And that's Steeler football. Welcome to DWI Steelers Show. We are your hosts. That's Dude. That's Wax. I'm Illy. Fellas, before we get into it, we're going to need him to do 3 things, Wax.
What's that?
That's like, share, and subscribe. And Dude, I think you got something else to add to that?
Yeah, get in that comment section.
So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Fellas, yo, this is crazy. Listen, not as we predicted. None of us could have seen it coming, Wax. Dude, nobody seen that score being as close as it was.
Right.
People at home, if you're just showing up, listen, today was a nail biter. It was a nail biter. It was one of those things that went straight down to the wire. I should have told everybody last week to hide the damn kids. Hide everybody in the damn house because it was going to be a shootout. You hear me?
Yeah, it was a good game, though, man. I enjoyed it. The defense didn't show up like I wanted them to, but it's still the first game, so hopefully they lock in at some point and do what they're supposed to do what they know they can do.
Right. Wax, how was you feeling about that defensive presence? Do you feel like it was even felt today?
I mean, it was felt a little bit like, they started coming through towards the end of the game, but it wasn't what I expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit tighter than it was.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thought we were going to lock a lot of that shit down in the first half and the second half. But,
Right.
It is what it is. We got that dub.
They came through when they needed to.
They definitely did.
Jalen came through with that nice hit at the end of that game. That's exactly what we needed.
You guys already know what I'm about to say. Where that boy from? Where he from?
Florida.
Florida State. Thank you. All right.
Listen, hats off to that young man because he saved our damn asses today, fellas. Hadn't it been for that last crucial hit that young man provided, coming straight off that cornerback position, and he was wearing a lot of hats tonight.
Yeah, he was floating.
When Elliott got hurt, he went straight back to safety.
Right.
Then they moved him out as far as to the corner when they needed to. JPJR got hurt. That was another setback. So it's like, damn, man, as many corners as we started off the season with, they start kind of getting into our secondary and affecting us negative in that aspect.
Right.
So, Wax, let me ask you this. As far as offensively, did you see what you needed to see from Mr. A-Rod?
I did, but our line needs to give him a couple more seconds, man, because I feel like if he has 3.5, maybe 4 seconds, which is kind of asking a lot.
You're asking a whole lot.
Yeah, but he has time to pick them apart because he's known to pick defenses apart.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think our line needs to step up a little bit, man.
I agree.
That's a fact.
Now, dude, how do you feel about today's performance from the O-line? Because, if we're going to be, completely honest, I hold you completely responsible for that offensive interior front.
Hey, I'm not responsible, but that I always say that's the most important part of the game.
And that's why I'm saying
is the trenches. So I wasn't pleased with the offensive line performance at all.
Right.
Broad got to get better. And maybe it's just they need some cohesiveness. Like Wax always said, they need to work together a little bit more. But some of the stuff, cohesiveness ain't going to help if you're just getting beat.
Right.
So. And maybe it was a communication issue. We don't know. When we'll see later on in the season coming up. But he got to be better. The rest of the line got to be better, especially for the run game. They wasn't making no holes. So hopefully, it's a step forward. We glad we got the win out of it, but they got to do better.
I agree.
Let me ask you, how did you feel about the line?
Wax, I'm going to try to be as positive as I can be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you speak about the line, I seen the line from a different aspect. I seen the line from in the front as far as I was a running back. So I couldn't see anything past the offensive interior. And what that meant was I trusted everybody that was in front of me. So with that being said, can I trust the left and the right side? I can, but to a point. Broderick Jones, 6 times today I counted. He allowed so many mistakes to happen. Whether if somebody's getting him on a spin technique, if they're just wrong arming, if they're just, and I'm not even going to say one-on-one overpowering, but at some point he gives up.
Right.
Number 77 didn't show up to block today. And Aaron Rodgers needs that time, like Wax was saying. He needs about 3.5 seconds. I can't give you 4.
Right.
I don't know any team other than the 95 Cowboys that could have gave you 4 seconds.
The Jets was giving them 4.
I mean, but you got a guy that's very light on his feet.
Yeah. But,
So when you got that mixed with a decent line, you're going to have 4 seconds. Why? Because I can get outside of the pocket. I'm elusive at this point. So I'm more of a threat on my feet than I am in the air at this point. Because when it comes down to it, I know I can pick that first down up just by running a couple of yards. And Aaron Rodgers was kind of pigeonholed today because he's not one of those type of quarterbacks.
Right.
So I feel like it was one of those type of deals where they had the competitive edge.
Yeah, they definitely did because they were running the ball down our throat, man. Like it was with ease.
Right.
The whole game, basically. And I honestly think the biggest thing that happened for us is that fumble on the kickoff. If we wouldn't have got that fumble, we might have lost that game.
That might have saved us, that fumble.
That absolutely saved it because I feel like they was gonna get the ball, do exactly what they had been doing, run the ball right down our throat, score a touchdown.
I will say this, man. First and foremost, Broderick, he only got like 5 more games with me before I can overlook his downfalls. Secondly, I don't want anybody to think that the Jets aren't a good team because like
No,
they're
a
good team. Like,
Yeah.
and I think like once they start getting the rolling, they might be somebody to deal with.
They might.
In the future. Hopefully they're not. Hopefully they fall off. But we beat a good team today, playing mediocre at best.
Right. I will say. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna say, and I felt like I'm still kind of mad that we got rid of Justin Fields, but it is what it is.
Right.
Let's go Rodgers. So,
I will say this, like as far as their run attack, the Jets, the boy Brees Hall had what $107 on 19 carries. Yeah. So like he definitely showed up to play, and I will note this as far as having sportsmanship, gentlemen. Fields, tip my hat off to you, sir. You definitely did make an impact. And it wasn't that you had to show Steeler Nation they made a mistake by trading you. It was a business move, and I'm sure that you guys are familiar, being that you are in the game of business. That's all that was. Dude, would you agree?
Yeah.
It was a complete business move. I knew by week 7 that he was the guy to go with last season. Yeah. If you go back and you watch our show, you'll see that we definitely was pulling for you, brother.
Yeah, so, I always thought he had untapped potential. So, and it's looking like they're they're letting him off the leash and letting him do his thing. So that's good to see. I'm happy for the kid because I like Justin Fields. I wish we could have kept him, but we got Rodgers now. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings.
Nah.
Go do your thing, and hopefully A-Rod can play like he played today.
Yeah.
And it was a payback game for both quarterbacks.
Right.
Too. Like it was their time to shine to show the other team what they missed out on.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty dope.
And they both kind of came out and showed everybody,
And you know what they both probably learned on both sides? That we both made great decisions.
Right.
As far as getting rid of you and as far as getting rid of you. Right. So, them acquiring each other's team's quarterback, that was a business move that kind of worked out today on behalf of everybody that was involved.
Right.
Now, defensively, we got to go there. We got to go there. We got one of the highest paid defenses coming from last season. And they acquired a couple new pieces to make our defense just that much more better. Now, dude, let me ask you this. If you were to rate today's performance defensively, what would you rate it?
I'm giving them an F. They didn't stop anything. I think they only punted once or twice. I think they only punted once. And they was moving down the field like it was nothing. So, and we made that good play. So, that one good play at the end. So, I might give them a F+ because of that one play. But you give up 31 points. No, I can't. Yeah, you can't get anything good from me after that. Especially with the amount of money we pay that defense. They're supposed to be the best in the league, and they've already proved right now that they're not. They got a lot of work to do to become the best in the league now.
Now, Wax, I'm gonna ask you this to play off of what Dude just said. Do you feel like it's because they weren't as active as they should have been during preseason? Would you attribute their gameplay today for that?
No, only Hayward. I would say Hayward wasn't really. He didn't dress, did he? Like, I mean,
No, he was holding in or
Yeah.
holding out or whatever. So yeah, he never really practiced hard
so like,
in camp.
right. So like, I feel like everybody else got their burn a little bit at the beginning of like preseason and whatnot and practice, but it didn't. It didn't seem like that. It seemed like everybody was holding out until like yesterday, and then everybody strapped up their gear and was like, "All right, let's play."
That's how I felt. It seemed like everybody was fatigued out there. It seemed like everybody was like one step behind.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And it's like in football, you got to be 3 steps ahead.
And on the defensive line, they was just getting pushed around.
Yeah.
They was getting bullied out there.
I see no energy in that line whatsoever.
I mean, we're down some people. You know what I mean? Like I said, Cam hasn't been out there, and then the rookie, the first round pick, Harmon, he's hurt probably for another couple weeks. So, hopefully, they get it back together. But, there's a saying that I heard before. It's like you can basically throw out the first and the last game.
Yeah.
Those games, you're not really going to get a true assessment of what your team is in the first or the last game. So we'll see going forward. The next couple of games, we should get some good insight on what we really are.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like even though they didn't look too good, man, they showed like signs of having that dog. You know what I mean? Because we played coming back from behind most of the game, if not all of the game, until like the end. But we were in New York. We're like our first game is away. We're playing a pretty decent team with the Jets. I mean, new quarterback. They got a decent receiver, nice running back. You know what I mean? Decent defense, and we still pulled the damn game off. So my hat's off to them. I feel like we did our thing, but like there's some areas we need to work on.
Oh yeah, I agree. As far as the offensive receivers, though, I tell you, I know for a fact that we got, and it's just a sneak preview. A snippet, a taste, if you will, what number 4, Mr. Metcalf. I feel like DK Metcalf, he definitely, earned his keep as far as today with his productivity. You figure he went 4 for 83, and some of those catches weren't just regular catches. Like I know that there was a couple short passes where he was able to, catch the ball, make a offensive move, and get about 15 to 16 extra yards out of it. That freak play where like he flips it to one of his teammates and then he ends up on the ground catching the ball.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about as far as. Okay, did I get my money's worth out of what I just paid for DK Metcalf?
Right.
And I would like to say, this is maybe a little prematurely, but I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think he earned his keep for today.
Right. I was impressed with the offense, the passing game. Like we haven't looked at fluid passing the ball in a long time, so it was good to see that.
Right.
And we put 30 points on the
That's
board.
what I'm saying.
Like that's where we need to be, if not better. Like, you know what I mean? I will say this though, pay Boswell.
I was getting ready to say it.
He booted a 60-yard field goal and still had a couple yards on that thing, man.
Yeah.
It looked like 64, 65 yards.
Yeah.
So
And
right
it
down
was-
the middle.
yeah. So get that man his money.
Shout out Boswell, man, because he's a big part of our success.
Do you feel like Arthur Smith was able to create some magic out there, or do you feel like he's still work in progress? Because there was a couple plays that seemed a little iffy, like when it was 3rd and 2 where he threw like that little bubble flare to
Jonnu Smith.
Yeah. And you can utilize Jonnu Smith with just about any pass.
Yeah.
Slants, hitches, couple seams.
You can even run him out the backfield. He can even run the ball. Like they flipped it to him for that touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, I thought he called a pretty good game. I did. I think he called a decent game. seeing that the running game wasn't really where it needed to be, he didn't do what we been seeing them do the last few years, where they're just like, run it again. They're like, it didn't work the first time. So what? Run it again. Second down and 10. So what? We're gonna run it. They didn't do that. So that was good to see that they actually trusted Aaron Rodgers to get up there on the line and call some plays on his own. I think he changed a few plays and made a few nice adjustments.
He definitely made good adjustments, and he's the type of player who knows how to basically set a receiver up to where he's either going to catch the ball or you're going to call PI. He knows how to put the receiver right in place. Now, if you're a good receiver, you're going to make that happen. You're going to make the adjustment, and if they do not call pass interference, you're going down the field for 7.
There were a couple of questionable calls that they called on us and they didn't call for us.
Right.
That I noticed. Like I know, what's his name? What's their Sauce Gardner was kind of holding DK Metcalf all game. Like, I mean, he was wrapped around him before the ball got there.
Yeah.
Where his hands were already in front, breaking the pass up before it even got there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they got to call that, like, because that's a penalty all day.
Right.
And then they called one against
Jalen.
Yeah.
That one on Jalen. Yeah, I hated that call.
Yeah,
that
was a
that
tough
was
one.
bull. Cause it's like, what was he supposed to do? He wasn't going at anybody's knee. He was just trying to, you know what I mean, stop Justin Fields.
And still was able to, like, try to wrap him up, like,
Yeah.
from the ground. I was like, man, that was a great defensive play, if
Right.
you ask me. But
then
they called a penalty.
Then when they called it, they said it was against them. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was like, wait a minute, why are we moving back?
You want me to tell you why that happens?
Why?
I ain't telling them nothing, Wax. I ain't telling them jack diddly until they do 3 things.
And what's that?
That's like, share, and subscribe. And, dude, I think you got something to add on to it.
Get in that comment section, man. Let us know how you felt about the game.
I mean, why isn't the problem, Wax? It's the referees calling the plays that they want to have happen. Meaning they knew that those were pass interference calls, but everybody feels like, oh, I was down there watching the guys on the, you know, everybody's eyes are somewhere else. Those were bona fide pass interference calls that they just completely missed. Right. And when it was us, they just threw the flag up like that was their damn job. And I can handle a fair ref. I can handle a fair ref, but when you get to, how should I say, flag happy, when it's us that's out there just playing the way that we play, that we were taught to play, and you're not doing the same to them, that skews our vision. That skews our vision on how, you know, we perceive the referees to look.
Right.
So that's why.
I will say this, though. Like, I know I was saying, like, a couple of our guys are crash outs. I kind of saw that a little bit today. It was getting a little bit chippy out there, but they were able to pretty much contain their crash outness, if that makes any sense.
It is now. That does now.
But you know, I kind of like that, though.
I do too.
I like that feistiness, man.
I was gonna say I like it because we haven't really had that feistiness in a while.
Yeah.
And I like them getting like you said, getting chippy. Just keep it in between the whistle. Keep it in between the rules, and get out there and be dogs again, man. I want to see some dogs out there.
I get you, but when does being chippy get out of hand?
When you get flags.
And that's what was, there was a lot of laundry going around, and I thought that there was going to be somebody getting ejected out of the game because of,
There was one late hit where, like, it was like a punt, I think, and some dude seen somebody just slip and it was like, and they called it. But
that was on Connor Haywood.
Yeah.
And it cost us,
it
on our offense.
It did. But
on our offensive drive.
It did cost us, but it kind of sent a message like, we ain't gonna be y'all's bitches.
No.
We
and
know
we
where
know where we're at.
Yeah.
Talk that
we
shit.
know we're in New York.
We know where we're at. So, for all you Steeler fans out there, be proud of your boys. Not for starting shit when we go places, but just not taking shit. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, let me ask y'all this. How do you feel about next week and the action we got coming up with Seattle?
Let me see. I think this next one's gonna be another dub, man. Like, I think that I'm hoping, and I'm believing that the defense is gonna get back to the drawing board, and because that performance they just put out there, they gotta be ashamed of that. So I'm hoping that they got enough pride, and I think they do, that they'll get out there and work hard in practice this week and get back to the drawing board and tune some things up.
I will say this too. It's another payback game
Yeah.
for DK Metcalf. Now he's going to get his chance to say, hey, y'all fucked up by letting me go or whatever the case may be, or
Right.
letting me sign with another team. Now I'm going to make you pay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be another good game. I think, is it home?
Yeah, that was home. Yep.
Okay, so like, you know how we do at the home stadium. We get that bad boy rocking.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a good game. And
Yes,
I think
sir.
we're going to win that one too. I feel like we're going to win that one too. We should.
What you think?
I feel like next week is going to be another good game. Now, my prediction for today's game, that definitely thrown off. I had them going 28-14.
Yeah.
Dude, this was a barn burner today, man. It was one of those games that if you went and got a drink and a beverage or a bag of chips or something, you're going to miss something. It was a high-octane, high-pressure game.
For sure.
And I feel like I was saying, Justin Fields showed up and showed out. But next week, we're going to have to bring that plus some, especially that defense. And if we have anything, we can't run any plays, y'all. Not one play without a solid front. Yeah. Without a solid line, we can't do anything. So Broderick Jones is going to have to step up, or we're going to have to start sorting out a replacement. And I hate to say it so prematurely. You said by week 6.
He got 5 more games before I completely write him off. Like,
Go ahead.
No. He has 5 more games in my opinion before I'm calling for his benching.
I said the same thing. I said he got about 6 games. Mm-hmm. But from what I seen today, he's just not it, bruh. I need to be able to have protection back there when I'm running a pill, man, or passing the ball. Give me the time to let me cook back there, and I can guarantee I'll make something up to where everybody can eat, and it's all palatable.
Good point.
You dig? So it's not about, if some of these guys are just decent or whatever. We have to have dude's favorite word out there, continuity. It has to be a bunch of camaraderie, give and take on every aspect, especially on that interior offense and defensive line.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just Broderick's fault. Like, I seen a couple people dropping their blocks, or missing them or getting beat on the line. Like, the whole line has to step up, man, period.
I'm just holding that young man's feet to the fire, Wax. He's
too.
better than that. He's a first-round pick, man.
You got to get everybody else.
I am getting everybody else, but I seen him the most, man.
It's only because you was looking for him.
I might have been looking because I want him to have 5 or 6 pancakes a game, bro.
Yeah.
He's that type of caliber of player, Wax. So y'all got to excuse me at home and in DWI studios for being passionate about what the fuck I love, dude. And that's Steeler football. Yeah, I want that young man to know that this shit is serious, and we're giving that assignment to him.
I totally agree, but
my blind side.
But like Dude said, you have to hold all of them accountable.
But listen, Wax, my blind side. If I'm a right-handed quarterback, to which Aaron Rodgers is, I need my blind side taken care of, bro.
I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. And this is what, his 4th year, 3rd year?
3rd year.
3rd year, so he should already have it down.
Yes, man. I need that. And then he's back in his position.
Yeah.
He's back in the position. Okay, if I'm back in my normal spot, I'll be able to flourish.
Right.
Well, there you go. Now what?
I mean, it still takes time. I'm
not
trying to make excuses for it.
Somebody get my baby's jacket.
But if you haven't played your position in 2 years and then they throw you back over there, it's going to take time to get back to where you're supposed to be. And they need continuity with the rest of the line because they need to be able to communicate who's blocking what. If everybody's sliding this way and he don't slide that way, then he miscommunicated. That's on him. But if he's supposed to slide and nobody else slides.
How many games he got, dude, for you?
I'll probably give him about the same as you got, about like 4 or 5.
More,
yeah.
You know what
I already know he's already not where he's supposed to be.
Right.
You know, man, I'm not making excuses for him, but I already know he's not
I mean, you kind of are.
No, I'm not.
When you're talking about it, it sounds like, RJ, you got your coat on?
No,
he's like Mom, it's 70 degrees out.
This dude, you wake up ready to hate on Broderick.
I do not, man.
You started the game ready to hate on him.
I mean,
and he didn't make his case that much today. I can't.
You acted like I willed him to do what he did today. Like you're gonna go.
But you was happy to see him not doing that shit.
Dude, that had me on.
I watched 6 different times where you got like you should watch everybody like that. Though.
Let me ask you this.
And then just critique everybody's blocking.
Let me ask you this, and this is true story. Since we was kids, if I'm on your left, What side of your person do you have to worry about
Your
if I'm on your
blind
left?
side.
No. If I feel like this, if one of you are on my left, I just got to focus on my right. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, but like I see what you're saying.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because I trust y'all that
Yeah,
much.
and I get what you're saying. He has the most important
He
job
has the
on
most
us.
important job on the line. He has to protect
But-
Aaron Rodgers' blind side
He
or the
does.
quarterback.
But this is where like him not playing his position comes back to bite us.
But it
Though.
doesn't, because once you put him back in the position that he's used to playing,
But-
and you still stink it up,
But see, this is the thing. Even in like his first year, he wasn't the greatest.
I'm not
He was
saying
still,
that.
he was still working to
You're
get
still
better.
learning. I understand that.
And then they kind of stunt his growth, if you will, by moving him around.
Right.
But
Like,
once-
so now we're back to square one where he's like 50-50, if
Right.
not 60-40.
I understand that, and it's only game one, so I'm not tripping.
And that's why I was saying before, like I think they messed up with his development because they just put him. If you drafted him number one for a reason, put him there. Now by this time, if he's still stinking it up, you know what you have in him. Right now, you still don't know what you have in him.
You know what y'all saying though? You was like, somebody get that infant some braces and put it on his gums. Oop, you put braces on his gums, so you messed up the growth of that young man's teeth. So now his teeth ain't growing because you ruined it by putting those braces on his gums. Sometimes you're who you are, and that's the guy that we need to put somebody else in there for.
But at the same time, though, you can't move somebody around who's only strong on one side. If you put him on the weak side and expect him to do well, and he's not even doing great over on his strong side, you're kind of taking two steps back.
But that's the side we drafted him on.
I
So
know,
it's almost
but
like, boss, give me another chance. Put me on my other side. Put me on my true side, and I guarantee that I knock his head off.
But now he has to relearn what he already knew because he.
That's
sides.
excuses,
At the
man.
NFL
That's
level.
excuses,
Yes.
man. That's giving. That's
It's not an excuse.
That's copping
It's
too
not
many
an
pleas.
excuse.
He knows exactly what he's supposed to do in that position.
Right.
He's just not doing it. He's missing the assignments. I don't see blown blocking coverage. I see him a step behind. What he's doing isn't technique-wise that he's not getting it right. He's getting it because he's not giving it all. He's a step behind. That brother, man, he's allowing the defender to take charge. That's what I see. I don't see anybody in here who's not operating at full capacity as far as blocking, because there's a couple plays in there where he made a difference.
Right.
But all I'm saying is he's a step behind. He's like,
He's not consistent.
there you go. He's the X factor, if you
I
will.
totally
He has to
agree
get
with
more
that.
consistent.
So
totally agree.
if he steps it up, we might have a half decent player, and then if he does exactly what he's supposed to do, that's the reason why we drafted him first round.
But at the same time, I'm gonna continue to argue this. Like, if you bring me in as a left guard or a left tackle, and then move me to the right side, you're confusing me. Or better yet, now I have to learn this side. So once I'm starting to get better at this side, and then you put me back over here, I have to relearn this side to get better. And this is only my third year.
Some people may take longer than others to adjust
True.
to that. Me, myself, if I go from running back to receiver, I'm going to eat either way. Now, maybe in a specialty position, it's just different.
You gonna put yourself in this shit.
I'm
We
just
ain't
saying.
NFL players.
And
We don't
we're
know
not,
what it's like
but
to be
I can-
in the NFL. This is the best of the best.
So if you're at the best of the best, act like it, man. There is no plays off, and
Still
that
a
dude
learning
takes a
curve.
play off.
There's still a learning curve.
And
Listen.
it's only the first game.
Listen, I understand that.
But you only got 5 more with me. That's all I'm saying.
And that's
right
all
there,
I'm
and
saying.
I'm right there with you. Like, I'll call it a spade a spade. I mean, he didn't have the best game today. But my thing is this: who do we have behind? We don't have anybody behind him at that caliber that's really going to get in there and do anything different than what he's
If
doing.
I got somebody else that's in there that's able to just get in front of somebody and create a 3-second block,
that
that's
person-
all I need.
that person's back there for a reason.
But you don't know that. Maybe they're just trying to give him a chance. Maybe they favor him. Maybe they're just giving him an extra favor before they get him out of there.
And they probably will
should,
because
yeah.
he's the first round draft pick.
Well, there you go.
You gotta see what you
There
got.
you go. So we've been seeing what we got for 3 years,
But we haven't
man.
been seeing what we drafted
You know,
for. in
everybody's
3 years.
ready to get rid of.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say everybody's ready to get rid of Tomlin, ready to get rid of this person, that person. Like, if you got somebody that's currently making mistakes and they're 3 to 4 years in the league, we got to make adjustments ASAP. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask y'all this: did he have any penalties? Any stupid penalties?
No, but that's to add on to his jacket of missed assignments.
In his defense, he's growing a little bit.
That's like being the tallest in the land of short people.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's not a flex.
Reign over everybody.
That's not a flex, bruh. You're still 4'4". Like that's not a flex.
It's showing us some improvement.
It is showing us improvement, but I'm just saying you're taking 3 steps forward and 10 steps backwards.
It's not 10 steps back.
It is, man, because you ain't getting no penalties, but you still missed like 5 assignments to where we could have capitalized on. That's all I'm saying, gentlemen. That's all I'm saying.
Broderick, he hates your guys.
I do not, man.
I was trying nothing but bad things from Broderick.
Point out the good that he did. You know what I mean? He didn't get any stupid penalties. He gave up a couple sacks and a couple tackles for loss, but he's not getting false starts and stuff.
That's just like that's just like that uncle that comes over that doesn't smoke dope during Thanksgiving holiday. That's like, man, I'm doing good. And then as soon as Black Friday comes, that motherfucker's back up in the dope house.
He's out there pawning shit.
I mean, like, Uncle Reggie's doing good, man. He's over there getting fat. I mean, and Uncle Reggie's sitting over there talking to everybody. Yeah, I tell you what, I ain't had Thanksgiving holiday like this in years.
So let me ask you: is it solely Broderick's fault that the running game didn't get in line?
I mean, I will say this.
That was the point. One of my points.
Going 11 for 37. That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, but he had nowhere to go.
Okay, based off of what?
Based off of the line not blocking.
So there you go. So
but
therefore,
I said, is that Broderick's fault solely that he wasn't getting nothing on the thing, or is it Brod's just the cause of all of our demise?
Let's just do it.
The reason why we didn't get a raise.
Let's put it on a pie chart. Let's do it. He got 11 carries. Out of them 11 plays, I'm sure Broderick didn't block 4 of those times. So
everything that ever happened in the world is apparently Broderick's fault.
See how you're acting?
That's how you're making it, though.
I'm just getting my baby's jacket.
There's 5 people on the line. There was no holes anywhere. I feel like Trump and shit. Like, there's no holes anywhere. There's no holes. But anyway.
You sound like Macho Man.
No holes.
Macho Man Trump. There's no holes.
There's no holes anywhere. But there's no holes anywhere.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it's all Broderick's fault. No, the whole line wasn't blocking well.
I'm not saying that they were, but there was a lot of missed assignments from him, and I didn't see too many coming from everybody else.
Nah, you had to.
You weren't looking.
You had to, because it wasn't blocking good at all. None of them were.
I'm just saying this: we can't run, nor make any type of difference from that left side of that line. So if you're giving me a run play,
or the right side,
run me to the right. Run me to the right. Let me run even plays.
I'm sure they ran some to the right and didn't get shit.
I didn't see any.
Yeah,
you just don't want to. You just don't want to face the facts, and you're trying to give this man 90. You even got Wax convinced, and I thought something was weird when you brought that old fashioned pocket watch in here, and fucking Wax was up there like, you hypnotized him.
He's trying to make me like I'm the weak mind.
He hypnotized you. It ain't that you're weak minded. Dude just hypnotized you.
All we're saying is put the blame on everybody and not just Broderick Jones.
I swear, man, you dudes, man.
I didn't get a raise today because of Broderick.
You was like, now there
my
was
light bill was they're giving me shut my lights off
because he missed the block.
There was people back. There was people back in the back sweeping up. There was people stocking shelves and everything. And you just came around, seeing Broderick not doing nothing, and blamed everybody else. Like, nope, nobody did nothing. It was like I was sweeping. I stocked this whole shelf. Like, y'all just see what y'all want to see.
If that was the point, they would have kept running to the right side if they were blocking. And they didn't. They kept trying to get it both sides, and they weren't getting too far on.
And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, like the running back that we got back there. I mean, Jalen Warren is a beast, man. But you know, it's gonna be hard to get him to maneuver without another factor out there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like a 1-2 punch.
You know what I mean with running back? I thought Gainwell did decent today.
He did, but I feel like they should have utilized Caleb Johnson too. I mean, he got one time to carry the ball, one for minus two.
Yeah, like
that's not
because the play they ran on was like a toss. There was nothing over there. It was actually on Broderick, so I don't know if it was his fault, but.
I mean, if it comes to you and Wax, hell no, it wasn't.
It was
That's
a toss.
not what I'm saying.
Nope.
I'm saying it's everybody's fault. It's
I know
not just
that.
Broderick.
We win and lose as a team.
So me, like saying not only putting the blame on him and saying everybody's at fault means just that.
I get
Everybody's at fault. It's not just his fault. I mean, he contributed to the shit. And like I keep saying, he only got 5 more games where I write his ass off completely.
So what you're saying is basically what I'm saying, but just in a more like...
Yeah, because I'm not just putting the blame on him.
I'm not neither.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying there was a lot of times...
You sat here and said you watched him 6 times and he didn't perform. You didn't say that about anybody else.
Because I didn't see anybody else just blatantly missing assignments, man, to where it affected us.
Because you weren't looking. If you watch that game again, I guarantee you see a couple other players giving up yards and sacks and tackles for losses.
We can agree to disagree until we're blue in the face. I count on Broderick. Listen, I hold that young man to a higher standard. I just do. I hold him to a higher standard, man, because I know that he's better than that.
Okay.
That's it.
But, like, you need to hold the whole line.
I do, but, like, he was missing key blocks, bruh.
I think they all were.
Well,
truthfully.
like I said, we can agree to disagree.
Through all of that, we still scored 32.
Listen, this isn't one of those games where I'm just going ear beat and all that because, like, at the end of the day, we got the dub, so we reigned victoriously.
Facts. Well, like I said, we got about 4 or 5 weeks for us here, and then that's about it for you, bro. So you step it up,
you
bro.
You better step it up fast, too.
I don't want to focus 15, 20 minutes on what he didn't do because, like I said, we still got the dub. I'm still celebrating, throwing my hands up like your boy Winston.
Right. Because, I mean,
eating W's.
When we needed the plays and when Aaron needed some time, he got it today. So
yeah.
When we really, really needed it, he got.
That's what I mean, man. So I'm just saying, as far as those plays of execution, you do that against you do that against a Lamar Jackson. You do that against Holmes. That might not, Jalen Hurts. You do that against them type of teams, it might not fare well. You got a young Justin Fields who's just getting out there, getting his legs. But if you get a seasoned quarterback, a Josh Allen that knows how to slice and dice, we lose that game by 2 touchdowns. Sam lying.
I mean,
you ain't.
So
you ain't.
It's hard to celebrate such a close victory and be overwhelmed when you know that you got that type of season ahead, minus Josh Allen.
Yeah, it was definitely a shootout that I wasn't expecting.
No, none of us were.
Right.
So, I'd like to say and address my favorite part of the segment. You hear that dry, that right there? That's dry as hell. Miyagi, send the floor. You know what time it is, Wax?
Prediction time.
Prediction time. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, you want to start us off?
I'm always wrong. All of these predictions. But I will say we're going to get the dub at home against the Seahawks. It's going to be a close game. I'm saying 24-17 Steelers. Okay. Hopefully we score more and we win.
Right. I'm going to think we're going to put up some numbers this week again, too. So I'm going to say 30 to 20. 30-20.
All right. Is that the dub? You saying we get the win?
Yeah, we getting the dub. We getting the dub. 2-0.
Shit, man. I mean, I feel like I'm the optimistic one. The glass is always half full. But like I told y'all last episode before I went ahead of myself, I told y'all I was going to relax with the, jumping out of the window predictions. But ain't nobody nailing this damn window down. I'm kidding. I think I'm going to say 28-17.
Okay.
I mean, I know that the defense needs a little bit more work. And then with Elliott being out and Joey Porter Jr. being out, I don't know, how long those guys are going to be on the injured reserve. So,
yeah.
And we have to basically deal with it from a defensive perspective when you look at it as far as who we got out there guarding those corners.
In Seattle, I don't think they got a high-powered offense. So
Who's their starting quarterback?
Sam Darnold.
Oh,
Sam Darnold. He had a good year last year, but that was his first good year ever. So I think he might revert back to the old Sam Darnold, hopefully. And everybody else, like, they don't really got any. They're not really set like that. So it should be a dub.
Let me pause that real quick and say and give a big shout out to Truss and Burt, because like during the game, I know y'all probably don't know this, but like we all are in a group chat and we just bounce each other ideas and shit like that. So big ups to them, man.
Yeah, we had him on the show a couple times before. Yeah. We got to get him back one of these days.
Definitely.
So shout out to y'all.
Hell yeah, shout out.
Family.
Well, fellas, you know what they say.
What's that?
All good things must come to an end. But the beauty of it, Wax, is we'll be back.
When?
Next week.
Okay.
Same time.
Right.
Same location. Different material. Peace.